Hello students, welcome to the online session of data analytics using R. In today's session, we are going to study how to import data from different sources into R. So first we'll start with the import of Excel file. Whenever we want to import data from external sources into our environment and we want to process that data, we want to perform some analysis on that data. First, we need to prepare that input file. We need to format that input file as required by the R environment, so that we can easily perform different operation on that input data. We cannot import data, or we cannot import any file from the external source in the same format as it is stored in that source environment. So first we'll see how to prepare data, or before importing Excel file into R, what modifications or what type of formatting we need to perform on that Excel file. So here on screen you can see some formatting points or some formatting options we need to do on the input file before importing that file into our environment. So here we know that in Excel spreadsheet we can store data in a tabular format. So first row of that Excel spreadsheet must be a header row, so that it will be easy to import that data into the data frame format of our environment. Then whenever we uh, store data in Excel spreadsheet, if that data means if a single data has multiple words, like suppose I want to store data for a student, and if I want to store enrollment number, if I want to give this caption to my header, then enrollment number, the single column name has two words, so I cannot use enrollment space number, this combination of two words to give the caption. I need to combine these two words together, and then it will be a caption of my column in Excel spreadsheet. Like I need to combine these two words together either by using a period operator, that is dot, or by using underscore operator. Okay. If we don't concatenate two different words together that form a name for a single column, if we do not concatenate these two words, then those two words will be treated as a different words, the captions of two different columns. Like if we want to give enrollment number as a caption to our header, and if we don't concatenate that enrollment number, these two words, by using any of the operators like dot or underscore, then after importing that file into our environment, enrollment number, these two words are treated as two separate columns of a single data frame, even though it is a single column in your input source file. Okay, so whenever in Excel spreadsheet, if our column consists of data which is a combination of more than one word, we need to combine all those words together to form a header. Then try to avoid names containing special characters. Whenever we store data into Excel spreadsheet, and if we want to import that Excel spreadsheet into R, then we should not use special characters in our names. Like in headers, we should not use the special characters. Then if Excel file consists of any type of comment, we need to delete all those comment columns from the Excel file, because whenever we import Excel file into R, that Excel file is imported in the form of data frame. So if our original Excel file consists of comment column, then that comment column is also treated as a separate column of data frame in R. Okay, and if in Excel file for some rows there are no comments given, then in that place NA values will be automatically inserted by the R environment. So that will be the wastage of memory space, and we need to perform special type of processing. We need to remove all those NA values for while processing that data. Okay, so that will be the another overhead while processing imported Excel file into our environment. So better way, we need to delete all the comments before importing Excel file into our environment. Then try to indicate missing values in Excel file as NA. As we know, whenever we don't have a value for any column in our data frame, we can insert NA value that is not available or not applicable. So in Excel file also, if we have some missing values for any column, we need to indicate, we need to mention any word at the place of those missing values, so that it will be easy to import those NA values or missing values into the R data frame. And whenever we create an Excel spreadsheet, we have a number of extensions to store, to save that Excel spreadsheet. Like we can save Excel spreadsheet by using .xls or .xlsx extension. So these are the common extensions to store any Excel spreadsheet. And other than these two extensions, we can save our Excel spreadsheet as a CSV file or as a TXT file. Okay, so we can use .txt or .csv extension to store the Excel file. So we are going to study that also, that if we have stored our Excel file by using .txt or .csv extension, then how to import those files into R. Then here, depending on the type, or we can say extension of file, data fields in a file are separated either by tabs or by commas. As we know that if we have a text file, then all the data in that text file is by default separated by tab. And when we have CSV file, that is comma separated file, then in those CSV files, all the data fields in files are commonly separated by commas. Okay, and here whenever we want to import Excel file into R, we need to perform all these preparation in advance. Only after that we will be able to import that Excel spreadsheet into R without any difficulty. So now we'll see how to import data, means what commands can be used to import data from Excel file into R. So here first we'll see how to import text file and then how to import CSV file. So to import text file into R, we have function read.table. Suppose you have created one Excel spreadsheet and you have saved that Excel spreadsheet by using .txt extension. Or if you want to import any text file into R, the file which is separated by tabs, if you want to import that file, then we can use read.table function. So read.table function is stored in utils package of our environment. So utils is a utility package. It is a built-in package in R which is used to store definitions, or which is used to store all the utility functions in R. So read.table is a built-in function of R which is used to import Excel file into R, which is stored by using .txt extension. So here the syntax for using read.table function is, first you need to give the name of your data frame in R. Here demo is the name of my data frame, and I want to read some Excel file that is stored by using .txt extension. So here I am using read.table function. Read.table function accepts number of parameters. first parameter is the name of file that you want to import, that is file name.txt. Then header is equals to true. If in your Excel file your first row is reserved for the header, then you need to use this parameter, that is header is equals to true. We want to import header from those Excel files. Okay. Then SCP stands for separator. Separator equals to, suppose if your file is separated by tab, txt file by default separated by tab, then there is no need to use SCP parameter. But if your file, the contents of your files are separated by other than tab symbol, other than tab operator, then you need to specify that symbol. Okay, suppose if your file consists of number of values and all the contents are separated by slash operator, then you need to specify that SCP equals to that slash operator. Then strip.white is equals to true. If we want to strip out all the white spaces, all the unquoted characters from the input file, then we need to use strip.white parameter, and we need to set that parameter to true value. In this case, if your input file does not consist of any header, if there is no header to your input file, then after importing that file into R environment, R will automatically assign some default header to the data. So there is no need to worry about the header field of your file. And after importing that data, if your file does not consist of any header, after importing that data into R data frame, you can assign names to the column by using callNames function. Now we'll see how to read CSV file. If you have saved your Excel file by using .csv extension, then we can use read.csv or read.csv2 function to read data. So read.csv2 is the advanced version of read.csv function, and if our CSV file is a larger file, then instead of read.csv we can go for read.csv2. The syntax for read.csv function is, first you need to write down the name of data frame where you want to import your data, then read.csv or read.csv2 function, and here again this function receives number of parameter. First is the file, that is the name of file, file name.csv. Then again header is equals to true. If your input file consists of header, then you need to set header is equals to true. Then strings as factors. We have already studied this option, that is strings as factors. Whenever we store string type of data, whenever we import string type of data from external sources into our data frame, then R by default treats all the string type of data as a factor, and once that data is converted into factor type of data structure in R, we cannot insert new string or new characters into the existing data frame. So that's why while importing CSV type of file into our data frame, we need to set strings as factors parameter to false. Okay, and if this parameter is set to false, it means that all the string type of data from your imported file will be considered as a string or character type of vector. It will not get converted into factor type of data. And then strip.white, again it is used to strip out, it is used to remove white spaces, or it is used to keep all the white spaces from your unquoted text. Okay, so this is how we can import text file and CSV file by using read.table function or read.csv function. Now we'll see how the format of input spreadsheet should be in order to import it into the R environment. So here I have created my spreadsheet to store information about different books. So I have stored information about 6 books, and as per the requirement of data preparation, here I have concatenated the names of headers, like see, my first header is book NO and the second header is book name. Now here the headers of these two columns consist of multiple words, so I have concatenated those words by using dot operator. This is done. Now my spreadsheet does not consist of any comment, so all the comments are removed here. There are no special characters in the names of header. It consists of only dot operator and the strings. Okay, so special characters are not given as per the requirement of importing data. Then here the values of book name columns are let us see head first Java, or the names of different books are given here, and these book names consist of multiple words, but since these are not headers, these are simple column values, so there is no need to concatenate these multiple words. Only we need to concatenate the words that are in header names. Okay, so this is how our spreadsheet is now ready to be imported into the R environment. So now let's see the format for text file. So this is my text file. I have saved same Excel spreadsheet by using .txt extension bookinfo.txt. So here my first line is the header line. It consists of 4 columns, and all the columns, the values of all the columns are separated by tabs. There are no symbols other than tabs here. So separator, while importing this file into our environment, there is no need to specify value for separator parameter, because this file is using a default separator, that is tabs, to store the contents of this file. Okay, now if you carefully look at the names of these books, the values of this book name column. So here all the words of this book name are concatenated by using underscore. Okay, so here while importing text file into our environment, if the value of any column consists of multiple words, okay, like here book name consists of multiple word, a single author name consists of multiple word, then we need to concatenate those words together. So here to concatenate these words I have used underscore symbol. Okay, you can use dot operator also to concatenate the word, and if you don't concatenate the values of these book name or the different words of this author, then all these words are treated as a different columns, separate columns after importing this text file into the R data frame. So we have seen that in Excel spreadsheet we need to concatenate the header names together. If header name consists of multiple words, then we need to concatenate those words together, and in text file we need to concatenate header words, and we also need to concatenate the values of the column if the column value consists of multiple words. Now here there are no special symbols used in the header line, and there are no comments given in this text file. So now this file is ready to be imported into the R environment. Now we'll see syntax for the CSV file. So this is my CSV file. Contents are same as that of text file and Excel file, because I have created one Excel spreadsheet and I have stored that Excel spreadsheet by using 3 different extensions, .xls, .csv and .txt. So the contents of all the 3 files are same. So here you can see all the values or all the contents of these files are separated by comma operator, because it is a comma separated file. So now this is the ideal file which can be imported into the R environment. There are no special symbols used, and there are no comments included in the files. Okay. Now we'll execute practicals on importing data from external sources into R. So we'll start with the import of text file into R. So I'm creating a data frame to hold the data of imported file. So binfo is the name of my data frame. I'm using function read.table, which is a built-in function of R that is stored in utils package. And first parameter is the name of file that we want to import. So I want to import bookinfo.txt file. The extension of file is mandatory, so we need to mention that extension also, bookinfo.txt. My file consists of header, so header parameter is true. Now I'm not using any other parameter because separator parameter, no need of separator parameter, because our default separator is tab here. So I'm using this. Now see, while specifying the name of file, here my file is stored in a current working directory of R. So I have directly given name of file bookinfo.txt. But if your file is not stored in a current working directory, then along with file name you need to specify the path of file also. You can check your current working directory by using getwd function. So while importing any external file into R, you can either store that external file into your current working directory, and if it is not stored in current working directory, then you need to specify the path of folder or the location where your file is stored. Okay, so let's verify the result. binfo, see, my file is imported into binfo data frame. If you verify the class of binfo by using class function, you can get the class, that is data.frame. Now you can perform all the operation on this imported data, all operations that are applicable on data frame. You can add new row, you can add new column, you can delete data, you can insert new data, or you can change the format, you can reshape format, like you can change this format into any other structure. So, and after performing all these processing, you can export this data back to the original file. Okay, so this is how data can be imported from text file into our data frame. Okay, now let's perform some processing on this data. I am adding new row by using rbind function here, binfo. Now new row, list, name of new book, microprocessor, suppose, name of author, and then price of book. binfo, see, new data is added here, book number 7, book name, author name, and price. Okay, now let's export this data to the new file. Okay, so to export data we have write dot table function, write dot table. Here I want to export data from binfo data frame. So while executing write dot table function, first you need to write the name of data frame that you want to export, and after that you need to give the name of your destination file. Okay, so here if you want to store this file into your current working directory, then just specify the name of file. So my new file name is new bookinfo.txt, and if you want to change the location of file, then along with this file name you can specify the path where you want to store this particular file. See, now our command is executed here, this instruction is executed. Now let's verify the result. Okay, so my current working directory is this one, documents is my current working directory, and here you can see new bookinfo.txt file is created. If you open this file, then you can verify the result, that is data for new book is added here. Okay, but here one additional column is also added, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So what is this additional column? This additional column is nothing but the row names that are given in our data frame. These are the row names given in our data frame. Now while exporting data, if you don't want to export this row names, then you can use row.names parameter. Row.names equals to false, that is we don't want to export row names. Okay, execute, command is executed. Now again verify the result. This is my current working directory, this is new bookinfo.txt file. Open this file, see, here a new row is added, which we have added by using in our environment by using rbind function, and row names here, since we have set row.names parameter to false, row names are removed. Okay, so this is how we can import data. We can import a text file by using read.table method, and we can export data frame into text file by using write.table method. Now we'll see how to read CSV file. Okay, so I'm using same data frame, that is binfo. I'm overwriting this data, binfo read.csv. Now the file name of my CSV file is same, that is bookinfo.csv. Okay, so I am reading this file and I want headers also. So header equal to, or my file consists of header, so header equals to true. See, okay, let's use another file name, binfo1. Okay, so because my all the files consist of same data, that's why instead of overwriting a previous data frame, I am creating new data frame, that is binfo1. Okay, and read.csv, bookinfo.csv is the name of my file, header equals to true. Okay, command is executed. Now let's verify the result, binfo1. See, this is my CSV file. Okay, so I have imported CSV file by using read.csv method. Okay, now let's change the structure of this file, that is suppose binfo1 equals to, now I am adding new column here by using cbind function, cbind binfo comma, now my column name is pages, like number of pages. Okay, so this is my column name, so I am inserting some random value. Okay, how many rows are there? 6 rows, so I need to mention 6 values for this column. Let's verify the result. See, okay, binfo1, binfo1. See, new column, that is pages, is added here. Okay, now let's export this data, write.csv. Okay, let's export this data by using write.csv method. So here again we need to specify the name of data frame that we want to export, and after that we need to specify the name of CSV file where we want to export this data. Okay, so here I'm giving name book CSV. Okay, book CSV dot CSV. Okay, and here I don't want row names, so row dot names parameter is false. Okay, command is executed. Now let's verify the result. This is my current working directory. See, book CSV.csv file is created here. Okay, now let's open this file. See, this file is open in Microsoft Excel. Here new column is added, that is pages. Okay, let's open this file by using Notepad. Open with Notepad. See, in our original file only 4 columns were there: book number, book name, author and price. Now we have added new column, that is pages. Okay, so this is how we can import CSV file from the external source by using read.csv method. We can change data, we can add new data, we can delete data, and we can export that data back to the location. Okay, now let's delete some column or delete some data from the data frame. So here I have data frame called B info. Okay, so here this B info data frame consists of 4 columns: book number, book name, author and price. Suppose I am deleting this price column. Okay, B info dollar price equal to null. I am deleting this column. Okay, B info. Now my B info data frame consists of only 3 columns: book number, book name and author. Now let's export this data. CSV write.csv B info data frame, and then new B info. Okay, dot CSV. New B info is the name of my new data frame, new file where I want to export this data, and row dot names equals to false. Command is executed. Now let's verify the result. Here new B info.csv. See, this file is created. Open this file. See, here we have only 3 columns: book.no, book.name and author. Price column is deleted. Now see, CSV file can be opened either by using Excel or by using Notepad. Okay, so this is how we can use read.table, write.table functions to import text file, and we can use read.csv and write.csv function to import and export CSV file. So this is all about today's session. Thank you.